Want to know the 3 dead giveaways of a cheaply done flip? Let's go. First, check the outlets. If the covers are bright white, but the outlets are old and yellow, that's a cut corner. They swapped the cheap part, not the real issue. Second, the light fixtures. You know those $9.99 boob lights from Home Depot. If you walk in and see those, just turn around and walk right back out the front door. And third, cabinet pulls. If they look like they came from your first apartment, chances are it's just lipstick on a pig. No real investment was made here. So next time you tour a home, watch for these 3 signs. They'll tell you real quick if it's quality or just a quick flip. Are you buying a house? Don't waste money on every inspection, but these are 3 that you can't skip. Number 1, general inspection. Roof, plumbing, electrical. The big ticket stuff that drains your wallet if you miss it. Number 2, termites. Tiny bugs, massive damage. Catch them early or pay big later. Number 3, radon test. In Kentucky especially, it's common, dangerous, and easy to overlook. So skip the fluff. Focus on these 3 and you'll know if that dream home is solid or a money pit. Stop chasing unicorns. There's no perfect home. Quick truth bomb for Kentucky home buyers. You're not going to find a perfect home. You'll find a great home that checks the most important boxes, and that's the goal. Sometimes a house has the right layout, but it needs paint. Or it's in the perfect location, but needs new carpet. These are easy wins. Don't let minor things block a smart decision. Going to open houses this weekend? Here's what most buyers don't focus on, but you should. Natural light. How does it feel throughout the day? Layout flow. Does it fit your lifestyle? Noise. Barking dogs, traffic, neighbors, and storage. Closets, garage, and attic space. Pretty countertops are nice, but how you live in the space matters more. Let's talk about lenders and why local often wins. You've probably seen those huge company ads, right? Fast approvals, flashy apps. But here's what they don't tell you that could leave you hanging. Local lenders often have better communication. They're more familiar with Kentucky-specific programs. They usually pick up the phone when you need them at closing. Fast apps are great, but local relationships win deals. Hey, Kentucky first-time home buyers. Listen up. You don't need 20% down. Seriously. Between KHC programs, FHA loans, and local grants, you could qualify for a low or even a $0 down payment. That means you could get paid to buy your first home. And yes, owning is still better than renting, especially with rents at all-time highs. You've probably seen it. More and more Kentucky homes are dropping their prices. But here's the deal. It's not a crash. It's just the market balancing out. Over the last couple years, sellers could price their homes high as a kite and still get 10 offers. But now, buyers are more cautious and overpriced homes just sit. The good news, if you're selling, a smart pricing strategy still gets results. And buyers, you've got the negotiating power again. If you're planning to sell your Kentucky home, stop scrolling. Save this and call me later. These 3 prep steps can add thousands to your pocket. First, declutter every room. Less is more. Second, curb appeal. It matters. Tidy up the landscaping. Paint that front door. And third, fix what's obvious. Small repairs can make a big difference. That green shag carpet has gotta go. First impressions, sell homes. Buyers, don't let interest rates hold you back. If you've been holding off on buying a home in Kentucky because the rates are higher than a few years ago, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Waiting might cost you in the long run, because when rates drop, prices and competition will skyrocket. Remember, you date the rate, you marry the home. You can always refinance later, but you can't rewind to buy that perfect home once it's off the market. Forget inspectors. Kids at showings are brutal truth tellers. Mom says, "This is nice." Meanwhile, little Timmy's running around yelling,
"This house smells funny."
Nothing like a 5-year-old completely destroying the vibe. If I can smell your cat before I can see your cat, we have a problem. I've literally seen buyers walk in, sniff once, and immediately say, "Nope, next." Doesn't matter how nice the kitchen is. Buyers remember the smell, not the granite. So sellers, clean, deodorize. A great smelling house sells faster, period.
Do bathtubs actually add value to the house, or can I just replace it with a walk-in shower?
You know, that's a great question that I honestly get a lot. A lot of buyers today are looking for a walk-in shower. It feels a little bit more modern and updated, but depending on your buyer, they might be looking for a bathtub if they're a family with small kids. So if you have 2 bathrooms, you could add a walk-in shower to the primary and then keep the bathtub in the hallway bath for the kids.
So I've been wondering, when is the right time to sell your house?
Honestly, the right time is when it feels right to you. There's really no magic formula or perfect season that fits everyone.
So it's not just about chasing the market.
Nope, the market is a factor for sure, but it's more about your life. What are your goals? What is your next move? That's when the right time to sell is.
So with interest rates moving the way they are right now, is this a good time to buy in Kentucky?
Honestly, that's one of the most frequently asked questions that I get right now. Even with rates going up and down over the past few years, Kentucky is still one of the strongest markets to buy in. It's always going to be your better option from renting, because renting, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage. You can always refinance down the road, but if you wait for rates to drop, then you're going to be dealing with higher prices and more competition.
Do open houses even matter anymore, or is everything pretty much online now?
Online marketing is huge, and your buyers are seeing your house for the first time on Zillow, but open houses do still really matter. Not only do I recommend those, I also always recommend professional photography, a video tour, and a strong marketing strategy where I specifically use Zillow Showcase, which puts your house at the top of all Zillow searches in your area. I also host open houses because it does give a buyer the opportunity to walk through your house without the pressure of a private showing.
My house will sell itself, so why should I bother with all this photos and marketing?
Here's the thing. Homes really aren't selling themselves anymore. Buyers are looking online. And if they look at your listing on Zillow and your agent has taken pictures with their cell phone, then your house is just going to sit. That's why I always recommend professional photography. That's how you're going to get buyers attracted to your house.
So it's not like selling a used lawnmower on Facebook.
Exactly. This is your biggest asset, not just a yard sale.
So when I'm scrolling through Zillow, I see all these crazy terms. Can you interpret those for me?
Absolutely. Realtors are always overcomplicating things.
Cozy starter home.
Tiny and drafty.
Needs a little TLC.
Just bring your bulldozer.
Oh, up and coming neighborhood.
You're going to be waiting for Starbucks for the next 5 years.
What about charming?
Old and outdated.
Your go-to fast food when you're eating in the car.
Honestly, my guilty pleasure is a cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell.
What's the coolest thing you've ever seen in a house?
I was in this old house in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and it had the original spiral staircase. That was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
If you weren't a realtor, what other job would you want?
I want to be an event planner.
Scariest house you've been in?
I was at this house in the gorge, had no electricity, and it was this old basement with bats flying around. It was horrible.
One movie you can quote from start to finish.
27 Dresses.
Biggest deal breaker you notice in homes?
Honestly, the biggest deal breaker is always uneven floors.
What's harder, climbing attic stairs or finding the light switches?
Finding the light switches. I can't tell you how many light switches I've flipped, and they don't go to anything.
What's scarier, basements or crawl spaces?
Honestly, I don't go in crawl spaces, so basements are probably scarier for me. I almost always am looking for a light, or I have my flashlight on my phone.
Have you ever gotten lost on the way to a showing?
Unfortunately, yes. Out here in Kentucky on these country roads, your GPS will lose signal like that, and I've gotten extremely turned around.
What's the weirdest room you've seen converted into a bedroom?
So there was this one house I went into, and in the master bedroom in the corner, there were pull-down attic stairs that you walked up into another bedroom. Weirdest bedroom I've ever seen.
Big question, pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Your guilty pleasure TV binge?
Reality TV. What do you think Mommy does for work?
Work at houses.
Work at houses? Have you ever gotten to go to a house with Mommy?
Yes.
What was your favorite place in the house?
The backyard.
Why was the backyard your favorite?
Because you can run around and play out getting hit by a car in the front yard.
Oh, that's a very good one. Would you rather have a house that was shaped like a spaceship or a cupcake?
Spaceship.
Why a spaceship?
Because it could have fire and it could blast off.
What's something silly you could say to make someone like a house?
Bye-bye house.
Bye-bye house. Do you think my job is fun or boring?
Fun.
Why?
Because I can stay here for mama time.
Do you think it's fun to look at houses all day? Yeah. What do we eat if we go look at houses?
Snacks.
What kind of snacks?
Muffins. Healthy stuff.
Muffins and healthy stuff. Good job. Okay. Love you.
Love you.